Hey guys, I want to do a book review, and I know it's a movie channel, but you never know. This book may become a movie in the future. And I read I read the audio, listened to the audio of the book called Embark by John Justice. And you might know John Justice, or I do, from his YouTube channel, My Nerd World, or now he kind of calls it Positively Star Wars. And I've been listening to his podcast on the YouTube for since I guess the Last Jedi, and yeah, I really like his insight and his radio show, his podcast, and we have a few things in common, like where we lived in the past in Tucson and stuff. I never met him though, but anyways, like a couple months after listening to it, he announced he had a book coming out. He wrote a book, a science fiction book, kind of Star Wars, kind of in the 90s and 80s era, and to be honest, I never read any books but Star Wars, but I wanted to give it a shot. I got the audiobook. It's called Embark. I read the first book. I just wanted to do a quick review. Um, yeah, it's totally different experience. I never used audio books that much, and definitely for like 11 hours. 500 pages. But yeah, the book is science fiction. Takes place in I don't know. I'm gonna try not to give the spoilers, but I just want to review this book. Um, it's based in Arizona, and it's in the future sometime, and there's like a ragtag crew, I guess, of like 5 characters. I think they're pretty young, and they have spaceships, or they call it T-craft, and yeah, and they're trying to get some kind of a message or a device, a plot device. I kind of listening to the audio Bible, I kind of equate it to like a movie, but it's obviously different because reading it or listening to it, it's got a lot of exposition. And at the beginning, yeah, it was a little bit slow in before chapter 3 or 4, but then I started to pick up more interest. Talking about podcasts and stuff, and I was like, oh, do y'all have that in the future? And it's funny, he even had a radio host that the main character was listening to, and I can't help, maybe that was him putting himself in. That was pretty cool. Anyways, they're trying to find this device so they can stop, I believe, like, annihilation of the world, and there's only 5 of them. So I believe from what I'm hearing, it's like a apocalyptic era, I guess. And so it starts to pick up a little bit, and then it starts to, I don't want to say slow down, but do more kind of character building. You get a little bit of feel of, the world and the futuristic, things that they have there. But I was really drawn to the love story, I guess, of Keita and Tap. And yeah, he really played that up, like, for a lot of chapters. It was pretty cool. All the other stuff, to be honest, I wasn't interested yet. The T-craft, and they're going to different worlds, and going to different space stations. But what kept me going was the love story, the love interest, and the villain, the antagonist, I guess, wasn't really in there that much yet. But they were discovering stuff, and like I said, it was emphasizing a lot on the love interest a lot. So that was kind of cool, kept me going. And then it starts to ramp up, I believe, around chapter 53, and they started getting into the dog fights in space, and the main characters, the 2 main characters, they have something that the enemy wants, and then they started to feel more like Star Wars. They even had like a couple of Star Wars Easter eggs. They mentioned Star Wars, actually, so that was kind of cool. Oh, before then, let me backtrack. At the beginning, it started to feel like the Resistance TV show on Star Wars, XD or whatever. And I was thinking, man, these guys are young and they got their own craft. And then I started to feel, like I said, a love story. And then towards the end, it started to feel like Rogue One. And I'll tell you why, because then the enemy came in. The general, I don't think he's a general, but he's like the main guy, and it reminded me of Rogue One and kind of Tarkin almost, and also Director Krennic, how cold and he's even Thrawn maybe. So yeah, I see all these influences, in the 90s and 80s in Star Wars. It's starting to get really cool, and then the dogfight started happening, and the intent started to ramp up. A couple of people died. I'm not sure, if they're good or not. They're called like the Audio Brothers or the Auto Brothers, and yeah, it started wrapping up, and it almost spoiled everything. They find the device. They kind of fail the mission, kind of. I'm not sure because they do escape, and then it has like a prologue at the end a month later, and then it goes into like I guess a post-credit scene where she finds out stuff about the device and her father sent another device. So it definitely was like a Rogue One, kind of like Galen Erso having a recording message for Jen Erso. But overall, I mean, I liked it. First audio book of science fiction instead of The Hobbit or the Bible. I think the first one I actually read or listened to, and I'm looking forward to his second book. I guess it's gonna be a trilogy, so that's what I'm saying. It might be a movie later on, But yeah, I don't know how to really grade books. But it's just like, on Amazon it's like 5 out of 5, so 5 out of 4.5 because he did say, because he emailed me and said yeah, or I emailed him and he said, oh yeah, the first couple pages, couple chapters are kind of slow, and it's a setup. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to the next one. So definitely, check it out. I recommend looking up John Justice, his podcast, Star Wars podcast, and also his book. And let me know if you want me to check out any other books. I'm gonna try to do some more book reviews. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.